line, Chris Gewa vacating NFF office. That much we are sure about. NFF General Secretary Musa Amadou resumed office alongside other management staff today, and Demola Jure also issued a release to that effect. And then the sports minister, reportedly, we're told, because there's no official statement to back this up, reportedly directed the NFF General Secretary to resume office, and that the Giwa-led faction will not be coming back to occupy NFF offices or act as a newly elected NFF Executive Committee. So these are some of the latest reports coming out. Let's flip through very quickly and see some other updates that have also come through today from what is going on around the Nigerian Football Federation. But while we wait for that to flip to the next page, what can you say quickly about all of this, beating that deadline, Musa getting back to work, and the minister assuring that, look, the problem is as good as solved?
Tony, my personal opinion is that I want to wait till Thursday, because this man called Giwa has shown that he's a desperate fellow, and why do you think so? Because we all knew that if he had tried to gain entry to the office, he could have been banned. The same man can still surface on Thursday. Can surface on Thursday and say, after all, FIFA gave us September 8th. That we have beat the deadline. Now we now go back. You know, so I want to wait. Put us in trouble. Yes, I want to.
September 8th is not. They didn't say stay out only on September 8th. They say stay out until you do proper elections, and then maybe you win. You can come back. Let me read the other ones for you. NFF President Alhaji Aminu Megeri, the one of course recognized by FIFA. Now that Giwa is out, maybe he's the only one that we can refer to as NFF President, since FIFA says go back. Is to hold executive committee meeting later this week, and then they will draw up a roadmap for the extraordinary and the elective congresses that FIFA directed in their last correspondence. And the Giwa-led NFF, this is very key, are hoping that they will get favorable hearing from the Court of Arbitration for Sport. That is CAS. And just before we were coming in, we got a press release signed by Obinna Ogba. Let me just read a few parts of that press release for you. What you are seeing on your screen, Oye, can you explain to us?
Well, Tony, that was a scene from what happened on Saturday, shortly before the Super Eagles versus Red Devils of Congo game. I think the governor,
security operatives, shutting out Chris Giwa.
The governor, left
and his faction
left the VIP to go and perform the mandatory handshake with the players, and Chris Giwa and some of his members tried to also.
The Chris Giwa-led faction.
Yes, they tried to.
They were shut out by the security operatives.
And those are men of the DSS. Barricaded them. They didn't allow them to, have some handshakes.
You are saying that maybe these has saved us from the FIFA ban. Well, even if they had done this and they advocated of it before Monday.
But I think the governor acted in a good faith. He used his discretion as a lawyer, and his commissioner for sports was also a well-grounded journalist. So when you have quality advice, this is kind of a decision. I mean, he did well. He has shown that he's an impartial arbiter. Go and resolve your problem. All I'm hosting the Eagles.
I'm not here to endorse
anything. Go and resolve your issues and come up with one body. Then I'll recognize you. But for here, I'm here for the Super Eagles. And I think I want to also, support what the governor has done.
Toby, where does this leave us? Because the club owners also came up with a statement and said that Victor Baribote, Fatai Olayinka, and Tijani Babangida have been suspended from the association.
Just like Oya said, what the governor did is, you have to come together as one body before you can try and recognize somebody.
Before you can get recognition.
And for the club owners, yes, they said a rules for all the members that they should stay away from the crisis. Don't try to associate yourself with any faction.
Don't join any group.
After everything is settled, yes, we can come together as one body. But for now, stay aside. But we saw some of the club owners members, being appointed as the committee, and they are being suspended. I think they will sort that out. And talking about, is it that this thing is over? I'm not sure. Just like when you said, I think some section are trying to play very smart. To after Wednesday game. I think after Wednesday game.
No.
But anything can still come up.
The instruction of FIFA is clear. FIFA didn't say just vacate September 8th and then come back September 11th.
The game plan is that they don't want to be held responsible
for the game.
For the game.
So after the game, they'll come back.
That is what I'm.
But the minister, according to the reports, has guaranteed that look, there will be peace you guys get back to work. The other guys are not going to come back in line with FIFA directive. Are you saying we cannot hold the minister to his words?
But you don't forget that the GUA-led board has invited CAS. So
they've petitioned CAS.
They've petitioned CAS on Friday, trying to for them to readdress their case. So it is even more than the minister right now. It's more than the Congress right now, because CAS has been invited, and they will do follow up and also invite all parties involved. I think they petition FIFA to explain why they want to suspend Nigeria, why they want some fashion to vacate the NFF office. So it is even just like Mumina also said, it is not yet over. I think more will still follow up, but I just hope it's going to be in the interest of Nigerian football.
We're going to talk about the man you saw on your screen very soon, but let me just read this press statement coming through from the Giwa-led NFF faction. Let me read it. It says, it's a press statement really. It says the Court of Arbitration for Sports in Lausanne, Switzerland has placed on hold the planned ban on the Nigeria Football Federation by the World Soccer Governing Body FIFA. CAS putting on hold a ban by FIFA. I don't know. Maybe lawyers can explain to us. It says CAS has written to FIFA putting them on notice of appeal by the first vice president of the NFF, Obinna Ogba, and other stakeholders challenging the several actions of FIFA in their internal matter and the plan to ban Nigeria by 8 a.m. on Monday. A notice on appeal from CAS to FIFA. I don't know if that will stop a FIFA ban. If we flout FIFA orders, I really don't understand. But in the days ahead, we'll get more explanation around it. But that's the press statement
I don't think,
coming through from Obinna Ogba.
When you watch the sequence of
events from FIFA and CAS,
I don't think this issue has followed that sequence, because in the case, let us use the case of Suarez. He was banned by FIFA at the last World Cup. They didn't. They went to CAS, and CAS did not. CAS
upheld FIFA decision.
Absolutely.
They didn't put a stay on FIFA's decision.
On FIFA decision. You have to submit it on the merit of your case. So, but just like I said to him, there is so much desperation in the land. This also buttress what I've told you.
No, but I don't want to play the devil's advocate. They must have sought legal advice before all of this, and their lawyers must have advised them that, look, this is the implication of going to FIFA. This is what it means. Going to CAS. This is what it means. I have also followed CAS but
you don't get CAS decision overnight.
You don't get CAS putting a stay on FIFA.
You don't even get it overnight. It takes some days. It takes some time.
If you understand the workings of all of these things, maybe you can explain to us on Twitter. Let us understand exactly what you feel about all of this crisis. Now let's talk about Sepp Blatter. You saw it on your screen. Fifth term. That's what Blatter is going for. Blatter believes he's done so much for football. First term, second term, third term, fourth term, fifth term. For the good of the game.
Well, I'm speechless. The last time he said that that will be his last term. He hoodwinked the executive members to that statement. Now we don't know what he's going to say again. Will it be his last time? Michel Platini at the stage withdrew. I think last week he said the Blatter cannot be trusted. So I don't know what is going to happen, but I don't think it's good for football. The same thing we are complaining in CAF. Hayatou has been there since 1988. Since 1988 has been there, and we have seen little or no progress in African football.
But people will argue that.
No. See, the CAF Champions League started with 8-team format since 1998. Up till now, it's still 8-team
format. What are other areas of the game? Let's go on the break now.
Mention the areas.
Let's listen to Blatter. And then we'll come back for more on Sports Tonight.
You see, a mission is never finished, and my mission is not finished. And that's, I have told them to the FIFA Congress. I have told to the congresses of the confederations, and then I got through the last the Congress in Sao Paulo, in Sao Paulo, not only the impression but the support of the majority, the huge majority of national associations asking, please go on, be our president also in future. And now I would make an official declaration, definitely in September now when we have the executive committee. I will inform the executive committee. It's a question of respect also to say then to the football family, yes, I will be ready, I will be I will be a candidate.